And sige, good morning everyone. Ayun. Welcome sa aking webinar. So, first and foremost, gusto kong mag-thank you sa 8 letters for inviting me sa kanilang 8 letters Lit Fest na nagsimula noong August 5. And so I think this is their last day. Ito yung last day ng Lit Fest nila. And I'm so privileged to give this talk. Yun, lalo na sa mga writers, sa mga new and aspiring writers, sa mga published authors din. Ayan, so good morning. I am Emerald Blake. I am the head mentor and president of Pen Masters Administration. It's a writing organization that was established May 29, 2018. So, ayun, 2 years na kami na nagbibigay din ng online writing workshops sa mga gustong mag-improve ng writing skills nila, sa writing skills nila. And at the same time, we also hold book events, book fair, tawag dito, yung mga book launches, and we also have an annual Gawad Parangal. So that's what we do sa Pen Masters Administration, or the brand name is Pen Masters League PL. So yun. Before I go to my presentation, so para sa mga ngayon lang ako nakilala, so sa ngalan ng pagsusulat, sa writing, sa creative writing, I started noong 9 years old ako. So I joined poetry contests, story writing contest, essay writing, mga ganun. So hilig ko talaga magsulat. Kasi at the same time, mahilig din ako magbasa ng mga pocketbooks. So that's my hobby before. Then, nagpatuloy siya, high school. I also joined the school newspaper, the school organ. I was one of the feature and news editors. Tapos, naging literary editor din po ako ng high school. And eventually, noong 4th year high school, naging editor-in-chief ako ng aming school paper. Tapos, nung college naman, although I took up BS Biology, I took writing courses. So, subjects ko siya, creative writing, technical writing. So, ganun. Tapos, naging part din po ako ng Siyensya, which is the official publication ng college namin. Yun. So, naging associate editor po ako. So, right now, what I'm doing as my full-time work, isa po akong content writer. So, I write articles for local and foreign websites. Yun. At the same time, also, I handle Pen Masters Administration during the weekend. Yun, kapag may mga workshops kami online sa Facebook. Yun. So, for this morning, I'm going to talk about getting back your writing spark. Yun, the essential tips in creative writing. Yun. So, more than the tips to improve your writing skills, I will talk about dito kung paano mo nga ba i-improve din yung attitude mo towards writing. Kasi that's very crucial. I mean, bago ka makapagsulat ng maayos, kailangan tama rin yung perspective mo towards what you write. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. Ayan. So first and foremost, ayan, motivation. Sabi dito, hindi sa lahat ng oras motivated tayo to write. Yan. Kasi aminin man natin, lalo na sa mga matatagal nang nagsusulat, there are days, there are moments wherein we feel demotivated, walang gana magsulat. And sabi dito, when we don't have enough will to write, the quality of what we write becomes compromise. Ayan, nako-compromise po siya. Nag-aapektuhan yung mismong quality ng sinusulat natin kasi nga mare-reflect doon kung ano yung attitude natin, ah, kung ano yung iniisip natin, 'di ba? Writing is a form of expression. Therefore, what you feel, what you think, it is really reflected in what you write as well. So motivation is very important in writing. And before going further to the skills, to the essential tips that you need in improving sa pagsusulat, ang una mong kailangang i-improve ay yung perspective, yung attitude mo towards writing. Okay, so let's go to this slide. Sabi dito, I don't have the will to write. I lost my passion and motivation in writing. This is what most writers say. Diba? Isa sa mga quotable quotes ng mga writers na nawawalan ng gana. Wala na akong passion. Wala akong gana magsulat. Hindi ko na kaya. Yun. But here's the thing motivation, it does not come from within. It is something that we carry along with our journey in the literary world or acquired through personal experiences. So, hindi siya yung kailangan na pilitin mo na manggaling sa loob. It is something na kailangan na stock up mo siya, na-stock mo siya sa sarili mo because of the experiences that you have encountered around you. Yun, sa past. Yun. So, it is really acquired through personal experiences. It's not something that you have to push na, ay, kailangan ma-motivate ako, push ko sa sarili ko yan. Hindi. Dapat, during the days na you're at your height of motivation, mo yun, i-store mo yun sa sarili mo kasi darating yung time na bababa yun eh. So at least pag bumaba yun, meron kang left something for yourself, diba? Okay. Here, sabi dito, persevere in writing even when you feel like giving up. Yun. One of the things na kailangan nating itama sa sarili natin is we have to be, if it's your dream talaga to be a published author, to be a writer, you have to persevere in writing. Even if feeling mo, gusto mo na mag-give up. Diba? Ayun. Along with losing your motivation, we're going to talk about your self-image as a writer. Yung self-esteem na tinatawag. Self-image is the idea that one has of his or her abilities, appearance, and personality. Ano ba yung tingin mo sa sarili mo? So, yun yung tinatawag natin na self-image. Makakatulong ito sa mga manunulat kasi para mas maging maayos yung perspective nila sa kanilang mga sarili. Kailangan maunawaan nila yung kahalagahan nito. At the same time, yun. So, self-impression mo siya, kung ano yung tingin mo sa physical, sa mental abilities mo, emotionally, yun. It's how you think about yourself. It's how you see yourself. Ito yung mga naipon din na self-impression mo sa iyong sarili. Diba? Related to sa mga dreams mo and all. So, related siya. So, kung manunulat ka, kasama rin dito yung dream mo na makapag-publish ng sarili mong libro. Pangarap mo na makapagsulat ng mga kwento na may impact. At yung dream mo rin na someday, yun, kasi there are writers na ganito. Someday, gusto ko yung kwento ko mapalabas sa TV, ma-feature siya sa isang radio show, ayan, radio novela na tinatawag, radio serye, ganun, or sa isang movie. So, sakop yun ng self-image. Sakop din ng self-image yung kung ano yung perspective mo sa skills mo as a writer. Kung kaya mo bang, aside from writing poetry, kaya mo bang magsulat ng personal essay, short story? Kaya mo bang magsulat aside from the romance genre? Pwede ka rin ba sa horror, sa fantasy? Ganon. Sakop yun ng self-image. And most especially, sakop nito yung perspective mo if of publishable quality ba yung iyong sinusulat. Yun. Uh, Wait lang. So, let's go to the next slide. Okay, so let's talk about positive and negative self-image. Yan. Pwedeng positive yung self-image mo. Ibig sabihin nun, healthy yung tingin mo sa sarili mo. Na kaya mong gawin yung mga bagay na gusto mong gawin. Pag negative kasi ang self-image, ang tingin mo sa sarili mo parang lagi kang hindered na gawin ang mga bagay-bagay. Laging may hindrance, laging may barrier na tinatawag. Hindi ka nakakausad kasi punong-puno ka ng doubt sa sarili mo. Kapag positive yung image mo as a writer, confident ka na kahit anong mangyari, pag nagpasa ka sa publishing house, magkakaroon ka, na kaya mo tanggapin kung ano yung feedback nila, whether it's an approved manuscript for revision or dito, rejected yung manuscript. Yun is kung positive ang self-image mo. Another thing is, hindi mo isusuko yung passion mo even if na-reject ka because, yun nga, positive yung tingin mo sa sarili mo. Kung negative naman, doon nagkakaroon na ng worries, ng doubts sa kakayahan mo. Tipong sasali ka sa ganitong writing contest, call for submission, gumawa ka ng story for an anthology, tapos nagpasa ka ng novel mo for a publishing house, kaya lang may alinlangan ka sa sarili mo. Nagpasa ka nga pero punong-puno ka ng doubt sa sarili mo na parang hindi kakayanin o hindi magkakaroon ng place yung story mo or hindi ito kaaya-aya sa mga judges, sa mga evaluators, sa editors ng publishing house, ganon. So, part yun ng pagkakaroon ng negative na self-image. Tama naman na hindi ka mag-expect much, pero hindi rin tama yung masyado mong i-degrade yung sarili mo. Alalahanin natin na bawat isa sa atin unique yung writing style natin, unique yung mga writing skills natin. So, ang unang maniniwala dapat sa sinusulat mo ay ikaw. So, minsan, maaring iba rin yung self-image mo kumpara sa kung paano ka nakikita ng society, ng mundong ginagalawan natin. Kasi pwede kasi na yung taong nasa kanyang lahat, for example, negative yung tingin niya sa kanyang sarili. Salat na salat. Diba? Pwede rin naman na yung iba, tawag dito, sobrang confident, overconfident naman. Yun. Maaring yung self-image is nade-define based sa mga pangyayari sa buhay ng tao. Sa school, sa work, sa bahay, sa relationship mo sa iba. So, lahat yon nahuhubog yun ng self-image mo as a writer. Yun. Kung ano rin yung ginagalawan mong environment ngayon, nagko-contribute yun sa kung ano yung tingin mo sa sarili mo. Your negative experiences in the past, they also contribute to your self-image. Malaki yung impact nun. Okay, yung background mo, yung time na na-reject ka, for example, sa pub house, ayun, tuloy natatakot ka na i-pursue ulit sa isa pang publishing house, ganun. Kasi nga, dahil sa na-experience mo sa past. Yun. Ano pa? Yun. Ang rejection, humiliation, yun. Isa sa mga reasons yun kung bakit pwedeng ma-affect yung self-image mo. Pero there are people din na they are encouraged or motivated by the negative circumstances that happen in their life. So iba-iba yun eh. Iba-iba kasi yung perspective ng tao. Iba-iba yung pagdala ng tao sa mga nangyayari sa life niya. So, but there are people also na, yun nga, yung mga negative experiences niya, yun yung nag-slow down or nagde-decelerate ng kanyang progress sa writing. Yun. Bakit nakaka-encourage minsan yung mga negative circumstances? Kasi ito yung magpupush sa'yo further. Yun, para mas lalo kang magpursige para makamit mo yung success sa field, sa literature, for example, na makamtan mo yung dream mo of becoming a published author. So, in the same way, yun nga, kapag sobrang positive, pag sobrang confident ka naman sa sarili mo, pwede ka maging complacent, pwede ka maging kampante masyado, pwede ka rin maging arrogant. Kailangan may balance lang pagdating sa perspective mo sa iyong sarili. Balance yung pagiging positive mo sa iyong sarili at mga goals mo sa buhay. So that's about positive versus negative self-image. And here's a quote for everyone. Your manuscript should not define you as a writer. Okay? Hindi, yung mismong sinusulat mo, it should not define you as a writer. Therefore, kung na-reject yung manuscript mo sa isang pub house, hindi nakuha sa writing contest, sana wag mong isipin sa sarili mo na wala kang kwentang manunulat, na hindi mo kaya, kasi nga, dinefine na yun ng sinulat mo. It just shows na there are things that you need to improve sa sarili mo, and you have to take it positively. Okay? Next, so here are the effects of having low self-esteem. Una, it affects your dreams as a writer. So, pagkakaroon ng low self-esteem nangyayari kapag salat siya, hindi worthy, hindi lovable yung tingin mo sa sarili mo, incompetent yung tingin mo sa sarili mo. Kapag ito yung paniniwala mo sa buhay mo, ito yung talagang mas nakaka-apekto sa iyo. Naiipon siya along the way, nagkakaroon ka ng tinatawag natin na low self-esteem. So, lumiliit yung tingin mo sa sarili mo. Pag masyado ka nang naging critical about yourself, nagre-reflect yun sa sinusulat mo. Hindi nakakompromise yung quality, unang-una. Pangalawa, hindi ka nagiging productive kasi pinupuno mo yung utak mo agad ng negative thoughts. So, it affects your dreams. Low self-image is a dream killer. Okay? It is a dream killer. So, there are dreams na namatay kasi ang laging sinasabi is, ano na lang yung magiging tingin ng iba sa akin? Di ba? Laging ganon. Ano na lang yung magiging feedback ng readers ko sa akin? Laging ganon yung una. Kaya minsan, hindi mo na natutuloy na makapag-update or yung sinusulat mo kasi pwedeng yun yung mindset mo eh. Yung tingin muna ng ibang tao sa'yo. Ayun. And kapag ito, kailangan mo siya itanong sa sarili mo. How many dreams and opportunities were lost dahil ang unang nilang inisip ay yung tingin ng ibang tao sa sarili nila. Ayun. So, ayun. Hindi naman sa mawawalan ka ng pakialam. Pero, kailangan mong maunawaan na yung pangarap kasi it's God-given. So, that means, ikaw yung mag-hone nun sa sarili mo. Ikaw yung magpo-pursue para mas ma-improve mo yung sarili mo for you to attain that dream. It's not something that people place upon you, but it's God-given. Meaning, nasa sa'yo na siya. Even nung, kumbaga, pinanganak ka, hindi lang pa siya na-hone that time, kasi bata ka pa. Pero, yun nga eh, it's not what people dictate sa'yo. Hindi gano'n ang takbo ng isang dream, 'di ba? So sa pagdaan ng panahon, nare-reveal yung mga dreams sa'yo. And therefore, how you see yourself, it affects your vision as a writer, your aspirations, your goals as a writer. So, yun ang magde-determine ng kung gaano kalayo yung mararating mo sa buhay. So, isipin mo mabuti, ano ba yung mga dreams mo noon prior to, bakit mo pinursue na magsulat, for example, ng ma-involve sa poetry, magsulat ng short stories or novel? Na-achieve mo ba yun? Kung hindi, kumustahin mo yung sarili mo, kumustahin mo yung self-image mo. How do you see yourself? Do you see yourself positively or you're overcritical? You become overcritical of yourself. So you have to ask that question. Okay, pangalawa, the second effect of having a low self-esteem as a writer, low self-esteem kills your potential as a writer. So, may nabasa akong article sa isang website. Okay, there was an experiment. At ang involved doon yung surot at saka yung garapon. So, meron ako dito, may props ako, 'di ba? Pero hindi siya surot, kunwari lang. So, 'di ba ang surot pag wala siya sa garapon, ayan, hindi pa natin siya nalalagay. Freely, so nakakalipad siya. 'Di ba? Nakakalipad siya, ibig sabihin nagagawa niya yung gusto niya mangyari kasi may freedom eh, 'di ba? Tawag dito, kaya niyang gawin dahil walang nagre-restrict sa kanya, walang naghihinder sa kanya. Pero ano yung ginawa ng bata dun sa article na yun, dun sa study na yun, experiment na yun? Hinuli niya yung surot, nilagay niya sa garapon, tapos, ayan, sinarado niya, tapos 3 days. 3 days na gano'n. So, ibig sabihin, yung surot, gagalaw siya sa loob, pero within yung within yung container lang. Hindi siya malaya eh. Nandun lang siya sa loob, 'di ba? So hindi niya na-release, hindi niya nagagawa yung fullest potential niya because there's a restriction, which is yung container na pinaglagyanan sa kanya. Guess what? Yung surot, 'di ba, patalon-talon lang siya, paganyan-ganyan lang siya sa loob ng container. After 3 days, pinakawalan yung surot. Kung paano siya tumalon-talon sa loob ng container. Paglabas niya, ganun na siya. Ganun na yung movement niya. Lipad ng malayo. Kasi nga, na-restrict siya for 3 days. So, kumbaga, parang in-adopt na niya yon. Kaya nung pinakawalan na siya, ganun na siya. And that's what happens with low self-esteem. It kills your potential. The things that could restrict you perhaps are what other people say sa iyo. The negative things that they say, yung kapag masyado mong inintindi kung ano yung mga sinasabi ng mga basher mo, ng mga readers mo sa Wattpad, for example, na siya, naiipon siya hanggang sa yung tingin mo sa sarili mo, sobrang liit. So, wag nating hayaan na magkaroon tayo ng isip na kagaya ng surot. Yung surot mindset na tinatawag nila. Yun. So, hindi nakakatulong sa atin na dito ma-hinder tayo because of fear, because of the criticisms of others. Yun, kung hinahayaan lang natin siya sa sarili natin, it won't help you. Iniisip mo ba, for example, na romance lang yung kaya mong genre, hindi mo kaya mag-horror, hindi mo kaya mag-fantasy, mag-mystery? Yun. Bakit hindi ka sumubok? Hindi masamang sumubok. Bakit hindi ka sumubok sumubok ng ibang genres for a change. Kasi kailangan bilang aspiring, bilang new writer, tawag dito, willing ka to explore other genres so that you know kung ano yung kaya mo, 'di ba? Hindi mo malalaman kung ano yung kaya mong isulat hangga't hindi mo yun sinusubukan. 'Di ba? Hangga't pinangungunahan mo yung sarili mo na hanggang ganito ka lang, hanggang ganyan lang talaga ikaw, 'di ba? Huwag mong limitahan yung sarili mo. The more that you put limitations to yourself, hindi mo na-explore yung full potential mo as a writer. Yun. You have to discover kung ano yung abilidad mo. Discover more of yourself. Yun. Okay? So, next is low self-esteem affects your relationship with writers, the people in the literary industry. Yun. So, kapag mababa yung self-esteem mo at self-image, nakaka-apekto ito sa pakikipag-ugnayan mo sa ibang tao. Okay? Hindi ka makarelate sa kanila. Na-affect yung tingin, tawag dito, yung kung ano yung tingin mo sa sarili mo, nakaka-apekto yun sa kung paano ka makitungo sa iba. Kaya kadalasan yung iba na may misunderstand sila. Kasi nga, because of low self-esteem. Yun. I encourage you to be in writing groups that will help you grow. Yun. Like for example, yung mga FB groups for writers, like yung sa 8 letters nga, sa Pen Masters, yun. Marami pong mga writing organizations tayo na pwede nating salihan para mas ma-hone yung skills natin. So, wag tayo rin mainggit sa kapwa manunulat natin na successful. Kasi sa isang manunulat, kanya-kanya yung timing natin. Okay? Meron yung iba na this year, nagiging published author siya. Pwedeng yung ibang manunulat, a few years from now, ganun. I mean, timing is of the essence. Kumbaga, kailangan lang natin maghintay din para sa timing natin. But at the same time, of course, hindi lang siya yung paghihintay. Kung merong opportunity na ibinigay sa iyo, like for example, may nag-message sa yung editor ng Dream, tapos gustong i-publish online yung story mo, why don't you grab the opportunity? I mean, it's kumbaga, it will help you grow more and improve sa writing skills mo kasi there will be people who will guide you naman. Kaya bumababa minsan kasi yung self-esteem is kapag nakukumpara mo masyado yung sarili mo sa iba. Yun. Kapag niisip mo, kasabayan ko naman tong writer na to, pero ba't nauna pa siyang makapag-publish ng work kaysa sa akin? Ano bang meron sa akin? Siguro, may mali talaga sa akin. So, nagiging overcritical ka na. Hanggang sa magde-decide ka na, hindi para sa akin ang writing, ititigil ko na lang. Ganon. Ayan, diba? So, hold on. Okay. Pwede rin na, kunwari, pareho kayo ng sinalihan ng kasama mong writer, ng kakilala mong writer na contest. Diba? Bakit hindi na-approve yung entry ko sa kanya? Approve, ganon. So, nandun na agad yung mo sa sarili mo na, hindi siguro to para sa akin, ganyan. Kung na lang kaya ako magsulat. Diba? So, nagiging naiipon yon kaya nagkakaroon ka lalo ng low self-esteem. Pwede ka mag-admire ng ibang writers sa mga sinusulat nila, pero huwag mong ikumpara yung sarili mo. Because all writers have a unique writing style. All writers have abilities, their own abilities. Diba? Kumbaga, kailangan lang yun ma-unleash. Huwag mo ikukumpara yung sarili mo sa ibang tao. Wag ka rin ma-down kapag yung iba is na-approve na yung manuscript nila sa isang publishing house, ganyan. Tapos ikaw, hindi pa. Wag mo masyadong madaliin yung sarili mo. Because writing, it is a constant process of learning. It is very important that you will be open also to the criticisms of other people. Constructive criticism, not destructive. Okay? So there's a difference. So yun. Next is ito. How to overcome low self-esteem. Paano nga ba? Before I start writing, how do I overcome low self-esteem? So live in the moment. When you are focused at the moment, you can choose your actions consciously and wisely, unaffected by the hurts of your past and unconcerned by worries or hopes about the future. So, hayaan mo lang yung sarili mo na mamuhay at the moment, at present. Mas mapipili mo kasi yung actions mo consciously, mas nagiging wise ka sa decisions na gagawin mo sa buhay mo. Huwag mo na isipin yung mga nangyari sa'yo or yung mga naranasan mo nung nakaraan. Kasi, yun, mamaya sasabihin ko bakit. May quote ako para sa inyo mamaya. Ayun. Walang rewind ang buhay. Kaya kailangan, ang tanging may magagawa ka is yung present at saka yung para sa future mo. Diba? So, yun. Live in the moment. So, here's my quote for you. Yesterday ended last night, not today. Okay? We always tend to go back to what we have experienced in the past. And that's the reason why we become affected with what we are writing at present. But when we know that yesterday ended last night, yun, ma-realize natin na tapos na. Wait lang. Yung anak ko kasi pupunta dito. Anyway, ayun. Pag alam mo na sa sarili mo na yung past tapos na, mas makakayanan mo na yung sinusulat mo at present, mas makakapag-move forward ka. Mas tawag dito, hindi ka madi-distract. Yun. Hindi mo kailangan isipin kung ano yung past na failures mo with the manuscripts that got rejected. Yun. So, kailangan mag-focus ka lang at the moment. That's very important. Second is develop awareness. So, when you're aware, you can recognize how to respond to your own fears and your worries. You have to analyze your emotions, your actions. So, choose to respond in a healthier way. Aware ka ba na yung low self-image mo, kung meron man, kung meron ka man talagang low self-image, paano mo siya dinideal? Paano ka nagre-respond to it? Yun. Kailangan ikaw ang unang makaunawa or makaalam nito kasi sarili mo yan. Kailangan mo i-assess. So, bakit sa tingin mo nahihirapan kang umusad sa pagsusulat mo? Ano yung pumipigil sa'yo? Sino ang pumipigil sa'yo? Ano yung mga iniisip mo? Kaya nahihinder ka. Ayun. So, next is write in your journal. So, many of the thoughts and feelings are locked in your subconscious mind, and writing can help to bring your self-awareness. Yun. If you have a journal, an empty notebook there, you write what you feel and think every single day. Huwag mong i-filter positive, negative emotions, thoughts, yung angst mo sa mga nangyayari sa paligid mo, sa ngayon, kung ano yung nakikita mo, doon mo ibuhos. Kasi kung kaya mo mag-rant for example, sa timeline mo, or maglagay ng post ng ganito, kakayanin mo siyang isulat kahit sa journal mo. It may be informal na writing, but it can help because writing should be a form of therapy. Yun, di ba? So before ka magsulat ng manuscript mo, kailangan yung dito, kung ano, maklear mo yung thoughts mo muna. So, kumuha ka ng notebook, tapos isulat mo lahat doon. Yung gumugulo sa isip mo, ano yung nafe-feel mo, kung naiinis ka na particular person, a particular circumstance, and all. So, write it there. Yun. Because when you read your journal, you become aware na, ay, ito pala yung naramdaman ko nitong mga nakaraang araw. Kaya hindi ako makausat sa pagsusulat. So, kasi most writers, they are introverts. Hirap sila maka-express. May mga writers na extrovert din sila. May mga writers na ambivert. Ambivert meaning, parang ako, ambivert ako. Halahati. Nakakapag-express ka, and at the same time, may mga moments na gusto mo, ikaw lang sa sarili mo, mag-isa. Yun. So, but most of the writers that I know, they are having a hard time expressing themselves talaga na conversational. Kaya what they do is they express themselves in writing. Yun. So, kung nahihirapan ka, kumuha ka ng notebook. Yun yung sinasabi ko kanina pa. Even 15 to 20 minutes of your day, if you're too busy, before you sleep, pwede mong isulat yun. It will help you release yung mga thoughts na yun and emotions. Yun. The more na kinikim-kim mo, mas mahirap na siya i-deal with later on. Kaya habang maaga, mag-decide ka sa sarili mo na kailangan mo siyang i-overcome. Dahil potential at pangarap mo yung nakasalalay dito. Okay, so next is, don't be judgmental. Don't be critical of yourself. Ayan. Mas magiging madaling tanggapin mo ang sarili mo in terms of positive and negative attitudes, experiences, failures, successes, pati sa ibang tao, kung hindi ka masyadong critical sa sarili mo at sa iba. So, yun, ganun siya. Next is, stay connected with yourself. Okay? Maging mindful ka sa sarili mo. Check mo yung sarili mo rin. Baka masyado ka nang nagiging judgmental. Baka nagiging offensive ka na dahil sa words mo. Check mo yung sarili mo kung okay pa ba yung sinasabi mo sa iba. Okay? Pag nag-critic ka ng sinusulat mo, paano yung way, hindi ko sabihin, pag nag-critic ka ng sinusulat ng iba, paano mo yun binibigyan ng critic? Masyado ka bang harsh? Ayan. Check mo rin, di ba? Kailangan constructive yung criticism natin. Meaning, it's in the work, yung work mismo, yung sinulat mismo ang pupunahin, hindi po yung nagsulat. Ayan. Magkaiba kasi yun. Yun. And kadalasan, parang mapapansin mo, minsan, imbis na yung sinusulat yung pupunahin, pati na yung mismo writer, which is napaka-unhealthy po. Ayun. Kailangan kung mag-critic po tayo ng mga manuscripts, mga stories, doon tayo mag-focus doon sa sinulat po nila. Yun. Do not try to please people. Be true to yourself. At the same time, magkaroon ka ng respect mo sa sarili mo and sa ibang tao. Okay. Next is mindful meditation. Not necessarily na mag-yoga-yoga ka. Yun. Hindi mo naman kailangan gawin yun. Okay? But, you just need to relax your mind. Because meditation means you let go of the thoughts that continuously run in your mind. Accept those thoughts, those feelings, those beliefs. write it down in your journal instead. Take a few moments daily, and then be still, mag-focus ka, mag-relax ka, and then, yun, eventually, yung inaalala mo, yung mga worries mo, it will just drift away. So, dapat everyday magkaroon ka ng ilang minuto to be in stillness, to relax. Para lang mag-focus ka. Yung wala kang ibang gagawin, pero i-relax mo lang yung sarili mo. You can actually listen to soothing music while relaxing. Yun, ganun siya. So, huminga ka ng malalim, pakawalan mo lahat ng iniisip mo. Next is develop a beginner's life. Okay, here's one thing. Especially for those na matatagal ng nagsusulat. Sa mga veteran authors or even yung mga bagong authors. Yung mga writers na matagal na sila nagsusulat kaya lang hindi pa talaga feeling nila sa sarili nila parang may lack sila. Develop a beginner's life, meaning when you have a beginner's life or beginner's mind, you look at things as if they were new. Kumbaga, ito yung perspective mo na yung mga bagay-bagay, eager ka lagi na gawin ito as if first time mo siya. Yun. So, like for example, you have to remember the first time na sumali ka, for example, sa mga writing contest, accepted for revision or rejection yun. The first time that you got excited na makatapos ng isang manuscript at i-post ito sa Wattpad or sa Dream. So, you have to go back to that time. Alalahanin mo yun. Kung gaano ka ka-eager. And, kasi habang inaalala mo siya, yun, kahit ilang years yung lumipas na nagsusulat ka, 2, 3, 4, 5, more than 10 years, yun, hanggat hindi mo iniisip yung the first time na na-encounter mo yung mga bagay-bagay sa pagsusulat, baka yan din ang dahilan bakit hindi ka nakakausad. Kasi lagi mo iniisip na wala naman bago. This is just a routine. Matagal na akong nagsusulat, wala naman akong napatunayan sa sarili ko. Baka yun yung mindset mo na kailangan mong baguhin. Kaya kailangan mong mag-develop ng beginner's mind. Yun. Every time na may bagong opportunity sa buhay mo, see it for the first time. So that's what we call as the beginner's mind. Sana lahat ng gagawin mo, lahat ng sasalihan mo, lagi kang ganyan, may beginner's mindset. Kasi kung wala, mas mabilis na mawalan ka ng motivation sa sarili mo rin. Okay? Yun. So you have to see things in a new light. Yun. It's just like another person. You have to see the good. You have a choice naman na makita yun. Okay? Next, you have to let go. Yun. Non-attachment or letting go, it is the goal of mindfulness. When you let go of what you think you should do or you should be, you can trust yourself and choose what's right for you. Okay. I'll share to you one of the insights mula sa sinulat ko na it's an unpublished inspirational story. It's Love Letters from Heaven. Sabi ko doon, meron akong isang chapter doon na kinompare ko ang fire or apoy sa passion. Okay. Sometimes, lagay ka ng tubig sa apoy, hindi agad siya natutupo. Pero, one thing na makakapatay agad ng fire is when you put ashes or abo. And ashes, they symbolize the past. So, bakit sila mabisang pamatay ng abo, ng apoy kaysa yung tubig? Kasi nga, ayun nga Yun yung isang characteristic ng abo. There, kasi nga ibig sabihin ng abo is yung nakaraan, 'di ba? Yung remains ng nakaraan. So, kapag lagi mong inaalala yung past na failures, rejections, yung mga mistakes mo, yung mga regrets mo, okay? Hindi ka umuusad. Tapos, ang masama dyan, um, effective din siyang pamatay ng passion. Yun. Kaya nga, there is a saying na the past has passed. Kasi lumipas na, nagdaan na. Yun. Hindi mo na kailangan balik-balikan. Pinagdaanan mo na, kaya nga dinadaanan lang siya. Yun. Next is show compassion towards yourself. You deserve self-love, self-compassion. Kasi the first person na kailangan na tumanggap sa sarili mo is ikaw mismo, 'di ba? Bigyan mo ng value yung sarili mo as a writer. Huwag mong hayaan din na kumbaga tinatapak-tapakan ka lang. Yun. Pero maglagay ka rin ng limitation sa paligid mo. I always say this to the people that I mentor. Not all battles are worth fighting for. Meaning, choose your battles. May mga tao na kung tingin mo hindi ka mauunawaan, huwag mo na siyang anuhin. Huwag mo nang pilitin, huwag mo nang patulan. Umiwas ka na lang habang maaga kasi itong mga taong to, sila rin yung papatay sa potential mo as a writer. Yun. Have self-compassion. Yun. Ikaw lang kasi yung makapaglalaan, makapagbibigay ng halaga, oras, pagmamahal, security, at pagtanggap sa sarili mo. Okay. And most important, you have to love what you are writing. Okay? The first person, kagaya sinabi ko kanina, the first person na magiging proud at magmamahal ng sinusulat niya is siya rin mismo. Ikaw din mismo. Kasi gawa mo yan. Likha mo siya. Diba? Yun. So, let's now go to the essential tips to improve your writing skills. Okay? First and foremost, join writing contests. Ayan. I think later this afternoon ay i-announce na Miss Cindy yung sa winners ng kanilang 8 Letters Lit Fest ng mga writing contest. So, parang nakita ko is poetry, di ba? May short story. I think meron ganun. And then personal essay. Yun. So, abangan natin yun mamaya. Join writing contest. So, good practice siya, lalo na sa mga writers na nagsisimula pa lang. And then, follow the 500 words a day plan. Actually, that's 300 to 500 words a day. Bakit? It's good exercise. Minsan nga, kung hindi mo talaga kaya ng 300, you can go as low as 100. It's just the standard, 500 words a day plan. Pero if you're too busy, okay na yung 100 words a day for 15 to 20 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes. Kasi, para mas ma-practice ka. So, writing is all about practicing. Yun. Tinatanong ako ng mga na-mentoran ko, paano ka nga ba mahahasa sa pagsusulat? Ang lagi ko sinasagot is mag-practice ka. So, yan. 500 words a day plan, 300 words a day, or 100 words a day, but have a plan for yourself to write daily. It may not be perfect. You don't need to be conscious too much on the technicalities sa unang pagsusulat mo. You just need to write it, diba? On your notebook. And then ask friends for ideas or use writing prompts. So, for example, may kausap ka na kapwa mo writer. So, magtanong ka sa kanya, ano ba magandang writing prompt for today? Writing prompt meaning yung tema ng isusulat mo. About what? For example, about hope. Ayun, about the current situation, COVID-19. So, ask someone for a writing prompt. or have a list of writing prompts for yourself. And then cancel out distractions. Ayun. Maging focused tayo. So kapag yung time mo, magsusulat ka lang, kailangan magsulat ka lang talaga. Huwag mo siyang haluan ng social media. Yun. It's okay if there's Google, magre-research ka, for example, para sa novel mo. Pero, wag mo nang haluan ng chats muna. Yun. Kasi if your friends really support you, they will understand na that's your time for writing. Okay? Next. Brush up on grammar, vocabulary, correct word usage, and other technicalities. Although, sasabihin ng iba, ay may proofreader naman, may editor naman. Kaya na nilang ayusin kung ano yung mga mali ko sa technical. Huwag naman natin fully iasa sa kanila. As a writer, it is one of our tasks to improve how, yun nga, yung correct word usage, our grammar, yung vocabulary natin, and other technicalities, punctuation, capitalization. You look for grammar books. There are downloadable ebooks in grammar if you can go out sa bookstore kasi nga because of the current situation. Thesaurus, dictionary. Here's an essential tip. What I do, because I'm a content writer, dito ako mas nahasa sa mga words na ginamit ko. Kasi in content writing, it's required na English ang gamitin namin. Okay? Ang ginagawa ko po is when I read the pocket book, ayun, yung mga mahihirap na words, yung ngayon ko lang na-encounter na words, na-highlight ko siya or sinusulat ko siya sa isang separate notebook. Then after I finish that chapter, kukuha ako ng dictionary or thesaurus, hahanapin ko po yung synonym. Ibig sabihin yung kasing kahulugan niya, yung meaning niya, and then how it is used in another sentence. Para alam ko, kapag nagsulat ako ulit, paano ko siya gagamitin. Hindi magiging monotonous yung word usage. Okay? Ganon din po sa Filipino, sa Tagalog. So write like everything matters. Okay? I always tell this to my mentees, practice writing daily, as much as possible, regularly. Hindi man talaga ganun ka-perfect agad, but with practice, actually, it's not about perfection. One thing about writing is you gear yourself up, you prepare yourself towards competence. Yun. Ang goal mo is maging competent writer ka, hindi maging perfect na writer. Kasi there's no such thing as being a perfect writer. Because there are no perfect first drafts. There are no perfect drafts. Okay? There are always flaws in all the drafts that we write the very first time. Okay? But write like everything matters. Meaning, ikaw yung nagsulat ng novel na to, concept mo to, write as if that novel really matters to you na ikaw lang talaga, ikaw yung kailangan makatapos ng novel na yun. Kasi idea mo no yun. Yun, di ba? And aside from practicing sa pagsusulat, be a wide reader. Reading really helps. It helps increase your vocabulary, your grammar, tag dito, lahat ng klase ng technicalities, matututunan mo kapag wide reader ka. So, if you're not fond of reading pocketbooks, international bestsellers, and whatsoever, write articles, blogs, or even when you read newspapers, write the news. Kasi sometimes there are words there na ngayon mo lang na-encounter, then isulat mo siya, alalahanin mo, magagamit mo uli siya sa susunod. Through constant practice. Next is find a writing buddy. Okay? Writing buddy. Someone who will be accountable in reminding you na, hey, oras mo para magsulat ngayon. Bakit nandiyan ka? Nakikipagdakdakan ka dyan sa social media. Sino na naman inaano mo? Oras mo ng pagsusulat ngayon, di ba? So, yun yung task ng writing buddy. Siya yung magre-remind sa'yo na you have a goal to achieve, na magpapasa kayo pareho sa ganitong publishing house, may usapan kayo. Yun. So, magre-remind kayo ng isa't isa. And at the same time, writing buddies help in giving feedback to your story. Ayun. To your manuscript. Sila yung magsasabi na, ay, kailangan mo i-improve tong scene na to, kailangan mo alisin to, or palitan mo, ganyan. Kasi parang ito yung mas maganda para sa readers. Okay. Join writing workshops or webinars. We have a lot in Pen Masters Administration. We have free workshops. I hold webinars in other organizations. 8 letters, I think they also have the discourse. Yun, wherein your stories, you can share yung stories mo and then you receive feedback talaga from editors, from professionals. So join writing workshops or webinars, especially kung free siya. 'Di ba? Kagaya nito, it's an opportunity for you to learn, 'di ba? And then dissect writing that you admire. When you say dissect writing that you admire, yung mga blog posts, ewan ko kung nagbabasa kayo ng mga articles sa mga websites, but try reading kasi you will learn from them. From legit na websites, hindi yung parang ano lang, pineke lang. Have a handful of those, save them, and then note how the words or the sentences are constructed. Or even yung mga pocket books mo dyan, whether English or Tagalog. I-note mo kung paano kinonstruct na mabuti yung mga sentences, yung mga paragraphs, kung paano sila kinonect na mabuti. When you read those things, it will help you eventually improve in writing. Okay? Next is ito. Acquire inspiration from writers you admire. Again, do not compare yourself to them. Do not degrade yourself and kumbaga make them as the basis para i-degrade mo yung sarili mo. Huwag pong ganoon. It's wrong for you to admire writers, admire published authors, 'di ba? Pero you need to acquire inspiration from these people para mag-improve ka, hindi para i-degrade yung sarili mo. And the next is plan through an outline. Okay, most people think that outlines, hindi naman kasi siya nasusunod and all. Okay, some writers, they go about writing without outlines, and that's fine. But actually, when you write your first draft, the very, very first manuscript that you write, that's actually an outline. You just call it draft zero. Or in my term, it's the sabog outline. Bakit? Kasi ibig sabihin nun, hindi pa ganun ka-organize yung ideas mo dun sa first draft. But there are writers who are plotters, meaning they like planning, they like doing outlines. And outlines, you have to treat them like your best friend. Kasi there are outlines that are fit for every writer. You don't have to do outlines that are too complex. Merong mga simple outlines lang. But they serve as a story map or a guide for you para hindi ka mawala sa story mo. So, next is set aside your work after the writing process, then edit ruthlessly. Okay. Ito, most writers, this is, na-observe ko talaga na hindi naman, medyo flaw siya ng most writers. Ito kasi yun. Tapos ko na, for example, yung manuscript ko. Okay, so nasulat ko na the end, ganyan. Tapos, nagpahinga ka. Yung pahinga mo, mga tipong 30 minutes lang, 1 hour lang. Tapos, mag-e-edit ka na agad. Hindi po ganoon yun. You have to set aside your finished manuscript, the first draft, for a few days. For a week, at the most. And then, saka mo siya balikan to edit, to revise it. Bakit kailangan mo gawin yun? Kasi kung binalikan mo siya agad, ilang oras lang napahinga, nag-edit ka na, nandun yung self-bias na tinatawag. Nandun yung tipong, wala naman akong kailangan baguhin. Parang okay naman lahat ng scenes. Sinulat mo di ba? Kaya parang tingin mo, okay lang. Kasi nga, dumiretso ka from writing to editing. Samantalang kung isasantabi mo muna siya, pagpapahinga mo muna yung sarili mo, and then balikan mo siya after a week, after a few days, then perhaps, mas makikita mo kung ano yung kailangang i-revise, baguhin. Parang hindi to okay. Tag dito. I think kailangan ko palitan yung scene na ito. So, ganun. So, yun yung ibig sabihin ng step na yan. Next is, accept this fact. All first drafts are crap. Okay? Meaning, lahat ng first drafts, lahat ng unang isinulat, unang beses na pagsulat mo ng ganitong story, aminin mo man sa hindi, may mali po yan. Kung hindi man sa technical, sa content mismo, sa structure, sa mismong theme, one element of a story, meron at merong flow po dyan. Huwag ka magkunwari na first time na isinulat ko ang draft na ito, perfect na ito. Hindi ko na kailangan i-edit. That's wrong. No? Kasi kung alam ninyo ang process sa mga publishing houses, sometimes they go up to a maximum of 5 revisions for a manuscript, 3 to 5 revisions for it to be pulido for publishing. So they go through content editing, they go through line editing per sentences, paragraph, copy editing for the grammar, the punctuation and all, and then proofreading pa. Bago na siya ma-layout, bago siya ma-print. Ganun din naman kahit sa ebook Diba? So, ganun proseso po siya. Kaya, yung iba, sinasabi, ba't ang tagal bago ma-publish? Ganun po talaga. Umaabot po ng months, even years, para mailabas ang isang published work. So, it depends upon the pub house. Diba? And the next is, eliminate unnecessary words. Okay? When you're editing na your manuscript, hindi natin goal na sobrang pahabain po siya. Kung hindi naman po kailangan ng scenes, hindi kailangan ng words, alisin mo na. Kung nakaka-confuse yan sa readers mo, alisin mo. Wag yung iniisip mo na, para kasi ang ganda ng adjective na ito. Sobrang tawag dito, parang social ng pagkakagamit. Hindi. What if it's off doon sa scene or paragraph? And hindi nagpo-flow yung idea. So you have to eliminate it, 'di ba? Yun. Okay? Yan, we're down to the last slide. Okay, so take a trip down memory lane. What do I mean by this? Kanina meron akong tip na you have to have the beginner's mindset na tinatawag. So it's the same thing. In improving your writing skills, take a trip down memory lane. I usually do this. Kapag may sinusulat po ako, yung mga una kong articles na sinulat, yung mga noon-noon, and kahit yung mga novels na sinulat ko noon, binabalikan ko siya, binabasa ko ulit. Tapos tinitingnan ko, minsan to natatawa na lang sa sarili ko, ay ganito pala ako magsulat dati. So kumbaga, parang nakikita mo kung paano yung progression ng improvement mo So that way, hindi ka madaling mawalan ng gana. Kasi alam mo sa sarili mo na there is always room for improvement. Reread your work. Reread your published works. Kung marami ka nang na-publish na mga, kung articles man yan, kung mga novels or short stories man yan, you have an entire collection of it, di basahin mo ulit. Di ba? Basahin mo ulit, makita mo sa sarili mo, ito pala yung kailangan ko i-improve pa. Next is do your research. Okay? Do your research. When you are writing, for example, magsusulat ka for a certain tribe. Ayan. You have a particular tribo or tribe or culture na you're tackling in your novel or short story. Do enough research. Mag-research ka, magsipag ka sa pag-research. Huwag ka manghula ng facts. Diba? Mas magiging realistic, kapanipaniwala sa iyong mga readers kapag talagang based on facts siya. I-research mo thoroughly. Okay? And then, next is, Whatever happens, choose to continue your passion. Never give up. Okay? You can always rest if you feel that you're burnt out. Medyo napapagod ka kasi nga parang tuloy-tuloy ka nagsusulat. Have time to rest. Have time to relax. Sit, watch TV, bond with your family. What else? Watch a movie, mag-Netflix ka, kumain ka, yun, o mag-exercise ka and all, mag-workout ka, whatsoever. Do another hobby. For example, if you love painting, o try mo naman siya ituon sa painting. Para at least, kumbaga, hindi nabe-break yung monotonous na life mo. Kung feeling mo ganito na lang lagi yung routine mo. Do something different. Okay? And then, rest if you must, pero hindi mo kailangan i-give up. If you think that you need to have some time para sa work mo, na mag-focus ka on your career, especially during this pandemic na everyone is financially, economically challenged, bukod sa health, it's okay. I mean, hindi naman yan something na kailangan mong panghinayaan. Pero wag mong i-give up. Diba? Kasi kung passion mo talaga ang writing, babalik at babalik ka dyan. And then, this is my last quote. Keep this in mind. Done is better than perfect. Okay, for your manuscripts, your goal is for it to be completed. Not really for it to be perfect. Kasi if you're the perfectionist type of person, it does not get you anywhere. It's okay to be conscious kung ano yung kailangan baguhin. Technicalities wise, it's okay. Mag-consult ka sa editor, sa professional, sa proofreader. Okay lang yun kasi kailangan din yun. Dahil nakakahiyang basahin din ang isang manuscript na punong-puno ng technical errors. Okay lang naman. Pero ito yun eh. Una sa lahat, para makapagpatuloy ka sa pagsusulat mo, done is better than perfect. Completed is better than aiming for perfection. Unang beses ka palang nagsulat ng paragraph, gusto mong perfect na agad. Tapusin mo kaya muna yung draft mo. Yun. Saka mo i-goal na this time na maging maayos siya. Na ma-fix yung kung ano man yung mga technical errors. So, yun. That ends my webinar for this morning. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng nag-participate dito po sa 8 letters na page. Ayun. So, yan. Marami pong salamat. And if there are questions, yan. Pwede niyo tanungin sa akin. Sasagutin ko siya. Yan. I'll view the comment section din. Kasi baka hindi ko siya nakikita eh.
Walang pantalon dito. Oo, ganyan nangyari sa...
How did you start with your writing career? Okay. Sige. Formal writing career. Paano ako nagsimula? Okay. Yung kanina binanggit ko na yung informal writing ko talaga nag-start 9 years old. Sumali ako sa mga writing contest. But my writing career now as a content writer, paano ko siya sinimulan? 2013 ako nag-start po sa content writing. Actually, sabay yun eh. Creative and content writing. Kasi 2013 naman, nung unang na-publish yung first OFW novel ko, which is Memories of Jeddah. The Tagalog version was published in 2018. Then 2015, under Precious Hearts Romances po, na-publish yung Sa Agos ng Tadhana, which is, tawag dito, Sa Agos ng Tadhana, which is yun yung first na Tagalog romance novel ko. Yun. So, magkakasunod na taon yun. 2013, I started with content writing. So, nag-apply ako as a freelance content writer. So, I started working with international and local clients. I wrote articles on different fields, so real estate, automobile, home improvement, ano pa, health, nutrition, lifestyle. I tried everything. Yun. Para ma-well-versed ako sa lahat ng klase ng fields. Marketing, advertising, you name it. Ayun, na-try ko siya sa lahat ng articles. Okay, in terms of creative writing, inspirational novel po yung first po na na-publish ko, which is 2014, yun nga yung Memories of Jeddah. It is based on the true story ng mag-ina pong OFW. It was televised 2018 sa isang episode po sa Tadhana, which is a show in GMA7 hosted by Marian Rivera. Yun. So, yun po. I also have one short story published under Wani Publishing Valentine Diaries Anthology 1. And then currently, may mga unpublished works din ako. Pero more on, busy ako po sa pagsusulat ngayon ng articles. So, more on non-fiction po ako na writing. So, yun po ang aking writing career. Maraming pumapasok na plot ideas sa akin. Ang problema, hindi pa ako tapos sa sinusulat ko. What can I do para ma-manage po yun? Your plot ideas, you do brain dumping and free writing. Yun. I taught this sa mga students ko po sa PL. Brain dumping is when you list down, tawag dito, thoughts mo, both positive and negative from the time that you woke up nung umaga hanggang sa current na state mo sa isang paper or notebook. Ayun. No filtering of thoughts po yun. So, ganun siya. And then, another thing is free writing. So, those plot ideas na pumapasok sa isip mo, you just have to write it down continuously on paper. No stop. Yun, brain dumping, 5 to 7 minutes, you do that in list form. Lista mo lang talaga siya. Free writing, ka lang nagsusulat sa diary or journal. Pero walang filter ng thoughts. And hindi ka magiging conscious sa mga technicalities. So, yun ang way para ma-manage mo yung mga tuloy-tuloy na ideas na pumapasok sa isip mo. You have to put it down. Allot time for yourself. It doesn't have to be the whole day that you do the free writing and brain dumping. You can do brain dumping 5 to 7 minutes a day. Free writing, you can do that maximum of 15 to 20 minutes. You can go higher than 20 minutes if gamay mo na siyang ginagawa lagi. Keep your hand moving daily. Kumbaga, tuloy-tuloy lang yun. Then set a timer. So, yun po siya on how to manage those plot ideas. Any more questions from the page? Ayan. So, marami actually yung strategies on how to manage yung mga plot ideas na tuloy-tuloy. Pero yun lang yun. Ilan sa mga tips ko po, brain dumping and free. If interested po kayo, pwede po kayo mag-inquire sa Pen Masters Administration na aking pong non-profit organization. Yan. So, yun. Kung wala na pong questions, ayan, i-promote ko lang po administration na aking online writing organization. Isa po siyang organization na kung saan nag-hold po kami ng free workshops. Magpo-post kami soon kung kailan yung next batch ulit ng yun. So, for this particular month, yun, i-announce na rin po namin Yan, please like my page, Emerald Blake. Ayan. And Pen Masters Administration FB page. Ayan. Marami pong salamat. 8 letters. And congratulations to the 8 Letters Lit Fest kay Miss Cindy and to the authors din na nag-launch po ng kanilang mga books during the 8 Letters Lit Fest. So, thank you. Ayun, marami pong salamat. Okay. So,